Welcome, Taurus. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do a healing meditation for you on the asteroid Chiron and the astrological placement of the North Node, both conjoining in Aries on the 11th of February and culminating its healing opportunity on the solar eclipse of April the 8th in Aries. So I have laid out the Mayan Tarot. I will clarify with the African Tarot and use 3 oracle decks along the way. I am doing personal readings, so the information for that is in the description box below. I am also giving away a free reading on or around the 1st of the month, and I will announce that via email, so that will come to you not as a request for payment but as a request for information. I thank all of you who have participated in my personal readings, and moreover, I want to thank all of you for being here now and supporting me in all the ways that you do. So thank you in advance for that. Taurus, let's start with your overall energy for this reading. The Hierophant. Another name for the Hierophant is the Pope. So there is officialness. In this deck, it's called a shaman, and that resonates much more strongly with the energy that is coming to me here. Because of our associations with the role of Pope, I think it helps us understand how shamans in many cultures organize beliefs and the process and system of healing. This card does indicate that whatever you learn, you share with others. And this is exactly resonant with the story of Chiron, who in Greek mythology was wounded twice and incurably, and as an immortal lived with a tremendous amount of pain. But that wound was used to not only grow his knowledge and wisdom, his skills as a teacher and a martial artist, but it also motivated and inspired him to help others. So this is the energy that is resonating for you at this time. At this particular time, the Chiron energy is the Ten of Swords here. It is imperative that you recognize your own trauma or wounding in order to realize the healing energy. In other words, if we're denying the fact that we had some kind of a difficult experience, particularly in childhood in our family of origin, but this can also be the experience of violent social changes, disasters, war. We are unable to heal it. And part of that healing journey begins, particularly in Aries, the sign of new beginnings, with knowledge about that. Ten of Swords is describing an ending, a transition from one position to a new. So tens are as well a kind of rebirth. They reduce to the number 1, which is also the beginning of something. So this is a letting go of old ideas, perhaps, that guided your life to the point that you currently are, and those things that did not fit your experiences. This is you living up to expectations of others. That can be positive expectations, the things our parents wanted us to do, and it can be negative expectations as a result of labeling. You would never do something. You could never do something that you wanted to do or you wanted to have. You're really releasing that and understanding more deeply that it's other people's desires for you, expectations of you, you are no longer required to conform to. Those are based on beliefs that you actually no longer hold and no longer work for you. So this is you letting go of things that have hurt you, things that have caused you pain and suffering, in your attempt to conform to something that you believed was real. In the position for the North Node, this shows the direction that you're being encouraged to channel all of this healing energy into. And the Warrior of Swords, the Knight of Swords, is all about exploring new ideas, exploring new information, making new contacts, being open to new ideas. This is really basing your exploration on what you've learned about your truth, the ability to challenge your assumptions. What you thought was real was really your attempt to please others, perhaps, or to fulfill their expectation of you, even when that was negative, or certainly, most critically, when it was unconscious. The bad girl archetype, or I'm using that as an example of a way that we unconsciously fulfill a negative expectation or view of us that is harming us, but we feel compelled to follow through because we've bought into some belief that that is really who we are, really all we can be. You've challenged that, and now you're opening up to the wisdom, the knowledge, and the curiosity about, if this isn't right, what else is not right about what I believed was true. And this is your path to healing, opening up your world. In the present, we have the Nine of Swords. Boy, really sword heavy here. And that is really about your ability to understand the things that have hurt you. And this is about cracking open that trauma. You may have known of an event or so that were traumatic for you, but there is likely to have been a deeper cause, layers of causes that led to a dramatic or ruinous, disastrous event or violent event. And this is what you have been exploring, what you're being asked to explore, what led to your courting danger. That's one idea. So that perhaps you got yourself in a fix that labeled you in a way that has caused you unending suffering. And I have mentioned a few of the ways that that suffering can manifest by our own actions. But you are really releasing, you're allowing yourself to feel the flow, the regrets, the sorrow, all of the sadness that you've held on to, believing in something that was not just, was not fair, that was imposed upon you, that was not your responsibility in some way. In the myth of Chiron, his father, who is a godhead of the Titans, is searching the earth for the one son who got away, because this father, Kronos, had been fated to be overthrown by one of his children. Along the way, he sees an ocean nymphs, a nymph, and he rapes her. And the resulting child is so abhorrent to the mother, the satyr, half man, half horse, that is Chiron, that she abandons him. So he is both unwanted and unloved. He is considered an abhorrent monster. And he uses that energy ultimately to heal himself and others. But this is a way of simply describing the multiple reasons that you may have experienced a trauma. It isn't often just one bad thing. It can be a constellation of events that culminates in a series of events, or being mistreated or looked upon in a certain way that was not actually accurate to who you were or who you could be. As an adult, you have choices, but understanding that will help you make choices in the present moment and really release this suffering and pain that you have carried for a long time. In the past, we have the Warrior of Wands. So this is the way that you have, despite this wounding, you have responded to the sense of being excluded, labeled, treated unfairly in some way, treated unkindly, by being enthusiastic, by carrying your gifts out into the world, by killing them with your shine, your sun, your love, your creativity, your play. And being a child of Venus, as are all Taurians, there is likely that you have or appreciate some form of beauty, culture, find balance in giving and receiving or exchanging energies, particularly creative expression. So this has been a response, and this is in many ways the way you channel your story, really understanding that all art comes from the ability to tell one's story in a creative, harmonious, beautiful, holistic way. So this natural talent is one that is coming to your assistance again to help you to deal with the truth as you're discovering it. In the future, the High Priestess. And I automatically said 2 because she is about reflection, deep reflection, memory. This is the skill, the spiritual skill that you are moving towards that helps you recall not the trauma of your life, but all the wisdom and knowledge you've gained in this life and through the lives of others. This is ancestors, cultural heritage that has helped you to define yourself, to know who you are, and that this story is just a fraction of your experience, that you came in with knowledge, and that your lessons have taught you phenomenal wisdom that is now being expressed through an ability to acknowledge your intuition, to utilize that skill. And that skill does call upon all of your memories, not just the bad memories. I'm going to pull a Soul's Journey card and ask you, Taurus, if you're resonating with this reading, to please like this video, share it with others who may enjoy it, to comment below, and to subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. It is greatly appreciated. And I've pulled abundance. I am a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. And I love how that is this beautiful deep red in contrast to so much of the pale yellow of the Swords cards, which feels very heavy and doesn't at all describe who you are in this moment. And the Scorpion fell out on my lap from the flora and fauna of Africa, the mosquito. And the plant associated with that is a Gemia lily. And the key word is self-awareness. Your frustration is only temporary. Don't let others drain your energy. The things that irritate you may be a reflection of yourself. On point. I'm going to clarify the 9 of Swords in the first house. I want you to be able to see these lovely gems that I have here with the Ace of Swords and the 2 of Pentacles. I always love 2s because this tells me that as a result of the revelations, the truth, the victory that you're experiencing now, this is enlightenment. You are rapidly redirecting your energies, the energies of your life. You are moving from one experience of reality to another, and you're doing it consciously. You're rapidly gaining the skills, the knowledge, the advisement, the support that you need to make this transition away from this old story of what you should or could do to what you can do and want to do in a way that is stable and secure. Protection's very important to you. And as you access this powerful intuition you have, this intuition isn't just about channeling your feelings. It's about channeling knowledge and information from the universe. So you are gaining that information consciously, self-awarely, so that you're understanding what you're addressing, how you have been damaged, how you may have played into or contributed to that damage, and how you are relieving that by finding your happiness, by exercising your skills and power. The Warrior of Wands in the past is clarified by the Seven of Wands and the Tower card. There's a certain amount of defensiveness you may have been exhibiting in the recent past as a result of your desire to put some firm brakes and boundaries around places you've identified where energy was being leached from you, where you were around people that weren't making you feel good. You were exercising habits of behavior that were habitual and actually damaging to you, limiting, restricting to you. As you have set out clear boundaries with a very clear awareness of what you want to feel, what you want to do, the way that you can enjoy the time and resources you have, this has created a sense of liberation in the area that you're expert in the areas of your life that you want to be in. This is enjoying your peace, your talents, your skills, your own ideas, your own thoughts, feeling free to express yourself from that place of who you are. And that this may be the result of a big change in your life. Some structure that has existed for you for a while is no longer available to you. You may be moving away from a traditional experience of work or home that has been limiting you, that has kept you tied to patterns of needing to conform, fill in, respond in a way that is expected, and you have rejected that. You're not responding in the way you're supposed to anymore. Instead, you're trying to be very practical, because you are a practical sign, with the ways that you can limit your exposure to things that require something from you that is not doable. And that can mean that you don't feel like doing, that you don't believe is right for you to do, that you don't believe is just or fair. So this already indicates a lot of work that has been going into the way that you naturally express yourself, a real generous outpouring of love, attention, hard work, and energy. You've put some curbs on that. The High Priestess in the future is clarified by the Six of Swords and all these cards. And the High Priestess again, lovely. These confirmations are so powerful for me. It's interesting because more than just changing some of the habits that you've practiced for many years, many of your habitual ways of responding, just killing them with kindness, just being so sunny and positive and wonderful in the face of not that kind of attention or recognition from others, the requirements that you toe the line, follow the rules, do things in an incredibly precise way because you can, because you overperform. You have overperformed in the past. Instead, you're realizing, time to let that go. Not just the habits, just not the environment, but the whole idea that I need to fix other people. I need to be perfect. That I need to do the things that others say I'm supposed to do in a certain way. You've really put that behind you, recognizing you weren't seen or heard by those people anyway. They did not realize the jewel that you were. They let you work yourself, expend yourself ceaselessly without any intervention or acknowledgement. And now instead you are leaning into this memory of this much greater oversoul energy, this person you came to be, this energy that you came to share, this continuing exploration of new ideas, new environments, new people, new thoughts, new perspective. I'm going to finish up this reading, Taurus, with the language of flowers, and hope you've enjoyed this reading so far. I'm also reminding you that I'm doing personal readings, and the information for that is in the description box below. And I've pulled Bluebell, and the key word is gratitude. Be thankful for what is good now. Thank you for this powerful reading, Taurus. Until next time, Namaste.